Hola estudiantes, soy Ellen. Estoy haciendo una lección sobre el verbo ser y los pronombres. So I'm doing a lesson today on ser and subject pronouns. So we're going to start with subject pronouns. And a subject pronoun, so I gave you guided notes, so you should have them handy so that we can go over them together and fill out this form, this lesson on subject pronouns and the verb ser. So a subject pronoun is exactly what it sounds like, a pronoun that takes the place of a noun as the subject of a sentence. When you take an even closer look, you'll see that a subject pronoun is used as the subject of a verb, while an object pronoun is usually used as a grammatical object. Like if I said, I am running, I would be the subject, I would be the subject pronoun. If I said, she gives him something, him would be an object pronoun. Okay, but we're going to talk about subject pronouns today. I in Spanish is yo. So actually, I'm going to sit down. Okay, so it's yo. So I'm going to write a different color so that you can see. The I is yo, Y-O. U is two. It's a T-U with an accent. He is L. E-L with an accent on the E. She is ella. And if I'm going too fast, you can pause the video to write this down. Okay, you, formal, is usted. So we had talked about formal and informal, and usted is like if you're addressing someone who you're addressing formally, like Bob Ruggiero, like Sean Kershaw, like even me, you might address as usted. But you could, you might be able to address me as too as well. Usually people that you're not on a first name basis with, you would use usted. So we is nosotros and nosotras. Nosotros would be we, who is either mixed, like masculine and feminine, males and females, or just males. Nosotras would be strictly female. So if we were talking about we, like if I said Jen and I, or Adrian and I, or something, that would be feminine, and that would be nosotras. You all in Spain is vosotros and vosotras. It's only used in Spain. It's informal, an informal way of addressing a group of people. So vosotros would be, again, addressing mixed or masculine audiences, and vosotras would be addressing all females in a familiar, like if you're talking about you all, like in a group, you're addressing a group. They would be ellos, masculine. So they would be like Pater and Joseph, or Dylan and Elian. So they masculine or mixed, it could be mixed too, is ellos. They feminine is ellas. So ellas would be like Sarah, Talia, and Nala. Okay. You all is ustedes. So ustedes, it's UDS. It's kind of it's abbreviated. UDS period. Capital U. And you all, ustedes, in Latin America, it can be formal or informal, but in Spain it's strictly formal. So ustedes in Spain is always formal, addressing a group of people. And then ustedes in Latin America can be informal or formal. It can be both. Okay? Okay, so we're going to do some examples. And it says change the following subjects into subject pronouns, okay? So, Elian and Dylan, what do you think that would become of these, all of these? So that would become ellos. Okay. So Talia would become ella. So if you said Talia is from here, then you would say ella es de aquí. Ellen and I, okay, depending on if the other person is a female or a male, it would be either nosotros or nosotras. Okay, we're talking about we. Paco and you in Spain. So you're addressing some people that you're familiar with. So you're going to use vosotros because Paco is a male. So even if the other one's a female, you'd still use vosotros because Paco is a male. Anytime there could be like a million women, females, and one male, and it would be masculine. So that's just the way gender works. If you're addressing a peer, someone your age, you're going to say tu. If you're addressing Sean and Bob, so you're addressing the two of them together, you're going to use ustedes. Okay, if you're talking about Ricardo, it's going to be él. Ricardo is él. Él es de Chile. Ricardo es de Chile. Él es de Chile. I is yo. Addressing Ellen, probably usted. UD period. And then addressing friends in Latin America, ustedes. Okay, so those are the examples that go with subject pronouns. And the next thing we're going to do is talk about the verb ser. So I'm going to erase some of this. I'm going to erase all of this, actually. Hopefully my whiteboard won't fall down because it's been known to do that over the past few days. Okay. So what does the verb ser mean? Okay, so ser equals to be. To be. So circle A for that, A to B. Okay, the conjugation of ser. So all verbs in Spanish have conjugations. Okay, this is something you have to get used to in Spanish. We have a little bit of it in English, but not nearly as much as Spanish. Like Spanish is uses conjugation for every subject has a different conjugation. So most subjects, I should say, have a different conjugation. So conjugation is the change that takes place in a verb to express tense, mood, person, and so on. Conjugating verbs essentially means altering them into different forms to provide context. So I don't know if that clarified anything, probably made it more confusing, but we'll see. Okay, so for example, we're going to do the verb ser. Okay, so I'm going to make a chart. Okay, so I am, on your paper you can see where it says I am becomes yo soy. Yo soy. Like soy sauce. S-O-Y. Soy. Whatever helps you remember things. Like if you find something silly that helps you remember, that's fine. That's perfect. You are tu eres. Remember the tu has an accent, so make sure you always remember. One of the things to learn in Spanish is that it's accents and tildes and things like that. Like you have to think of them as part of the spelling so that you memorize them because you do need to know that. It's important. He is LS. LS. She is ella es. And then you are formal, usted es. I'm going to put that down here. It should be in the chart, but I just have to make a little spot for it. Okay, so that's the singular. This is the singular forms of ser. Okay, the plural forms of ser, we have nosotros and nosotras somos. Okay, somos. So remember, nosotros is masculine or mixed, and nosotras is feminine for we. So we are is nosotros, nosotras somos. You all are in Spain is vosotros or vosotras sois. There's no accent, S-O-I-S. Vosotros or vosotras sois. So you all are in Spain. Vosotros, vosotras sois. Okay, they are masculine, be ellos son. Then they are feminine is ellas son. It's the same, ellas son. You all are is ustedes son. Okay. Okay, so if you follow along with the notes, it says, what about English? What does conjugation mean in English, or does it exist in English? It is perhaps clearer in other languages, but conjugated verbs in English can also sometimes tell us something about how many people are participating in the action of the verb. For example, singular subjects he, she, it in the present simple tense have an s added to them when conjugated. For example, he sings and she reads. Okay, so English doesn't have nearly as many. It does for the verb to be in English. Actually, there are a lot of changes, like we talked about when we were going over this. But I am, you are, he, she, is, you. Yeah. Oops. I'm mixing up Spanish and English. He, she, is, we are, you are, they are. So yeah, so there's some similarities. All right, so I'm gonna erase that. And we're gonna do some examples. And what we're gonna do is, even though there's names on these examples, we're gonna change the names to subject pronouns and then use the verb ser to follow the right conjugation of the verb ser for the sentence. So the first one is Nala is from Massachusetts. Okay, so we're going to change Nala to what? To L or ella or yo or to. So we're going to change it to ella. So Nala would become ella, and then S de Massachusetts. Okay, ella es de Massachusetts. Nala es de Massachusetts. If we're changing it to a subject pronoun, we're going to say ella es de Massachusetts. Okay, so take your time. You can stop the video if you need to write it down. Dylan is from Chicago. So we're going to change Dylan to what? L. So L, S, de Chicago, because it's he. So we're going to use the S form of ser. Okay, Elion is from Hartford, so Elion becomes L, again with the accent, S, de Hartford. Elion S de Hartford. Then Ellen and Jen are from Connecticut, so we're going to say ellas, then we're going to change it to son de Connecticut. Okay, ellas son de Connecticut. Ellen and Jen are from Connecticut. Number 5, Rosario is from here. So Rosario is ella, and then is S de aquí. That was from your vocab list, es de aquí. Little tricky one that goes in there. All the rest of them are pretty straightforward. Okay, number 6, Ricardo is from Chile. Ricardo is from Chile, so L, Ricardo becomes L, es de Chile. And why do we use subject pronouns anyway? We use them to take the place of subjects. A lot of times because we don't want to be repetitious. So maybe somebody said, Ricardo's my friend, and he's from Chile, something like that. Like you don't want to repeat yourself with Ricardo. So you say L. Pablo and Yvonne are from Colombia. So it's a male and a female. So ellos son de Colombia. And remember, Colombia. Okay, it's not you. People get that mixed up. Ellos son de Colombia. Okay, then Sarah and I are from Connecticut. So if it's two females, it would be what? It would be nosotras. So it's either nosotros or nosotras, depending on if it's two females. Sarah is definitely female. Somos, they, Connecticut, and Sarah. I'll just put CT. Okay, so the number 9, Ana and you, familiar Latin America, are from Mexico. So you're going to say, ustedes son de Mexico. And Mexico gets an accent, if you remember from when we studied geography. So it's Mexico, right? Mexico, son de Mexico. Then number 10, I'm going to put over here. So you, singular, familiar, are from Guilford. So maybe we're talking about Patter. Okay, tú, we're addressing him. Tú eres de Guilford. So I'll say, Patter, tú eres de Guilford. No? Patter, you're from Guilford, right? Tú eres de Guilford. Okay, so that's it. That's the lesson for Sarah and subject pronouns. And if you have any questions, I'm gonna, I have my email address that you have, and then I think I'm also gonna leave, well, you can always leave things on the website, the Google Classrooms website, and I may put my cell phone there too if you or your parents wanted to talk to me about anything. Okay? All right. I hope you have a good vacation. Buenas vacaciones y nos vemos pronto. Hasta luego. Bye.